What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with an analysis breakdown tribute on Patrick Ewing, one of the top 50 greatest players of his time, of his era, and just in general. And he was able to get to the basket sometimes by using his strength and length, but he also had his jump hook. If you gave him deep position or close to the basket enough, he can just go one move, one dribble, and lay it up or hook it up or even just fade and or just pull up in general. Sometimes they even try to double team him. He was so confident in his jump shot that he turned right to his comfort spot and knock it down from the mid range. And he also can do it from the right shoulder. And that was one of his best moves that he used to go to a lot in his heyday. Not only that, he also can bang and swing, glass it. That was a tough shot because you were just trying to find a way to make the shot. Going glass is tough, just as hard as trying to make it all net. But he also can just face up and just pull it over right over your face and just knock it in that way too. He also was physical from time to time. He'd bump you, he'd knock you, he'd push you, he'd get into your chest to get layups to go, even if you had to glass them instead of dunking them. But don't forget that if he got deep post position, he was a 7 footer with a good wingspan, a great wingspan to be honest. So it's easy just going glass if he got deep position, and he would do that a lot. And you couldn't really do nothing about it because it'd be a foul. So you have to give him a space to be able to do it, and that's all he needed. And he also has some decent footwork. He can spin. He can go straight at you. He can even just try to fake a drive and hit you with a hook, a sweeping one usually, and it was a tough thing to stop. But he also is so long and so tall to where he can just dunk it if you didn't cut him off enough. And that's a powerful move for anybody, and that was one of his signature shots. Also, not only that, he can just catch lobs too and finish around the rim very, very finesse wise, and that was always good because he was a threat to score that way. But he also can just be a stop and pop guy from time to time, and it's just good to be able to space the floor for your teammates and just be a threat anywhere on the court that's near the rim or close by it. He also had the floater. He was long, he was tall, like I said before, and he had a nice soft touch. But he also can get his own offensive rebound, about 2.3 offensive rebounds per game for his career, and he can do it for his shots, his teammate shots, but he also can put it into the basket if his need be to be done that way. And not only that, the man was just too physical. He can even catch it and dunk it back in if he was close enough to the rim. Just showing you how versatile that he was. Then he was a shot blocker. He was a guy that can cover a lot of space. He didn't really need to do much to get to your shot. He averaged about 2.4 blocks per game for his career, showing you that he was elite in that aspect. And he just was so easy to get to your shot. People feared it and they still tried it because they were scared that he'll block it. And he'll just show you that either you go up strong or I'm going to get to it. But sometimes you can go up strong, he'll still get to it and pin it off the backboard, pin it off the glass, or just block it in general. But he also is an excellent passer in the post, especially just being able to see over defenders, whether they small or big, and finding his teammates cutting or diving to the rim. Players in NBA history easily, and is mainly because he was dominant rebounding the basketball, 9.8 rebounds per game for his career while still getting 21 points a game. He even had a high where he played 82 games, started all of them, and scored 28 a game, showing you that he can be amongst the elite in scoring. Also, people say he didn't have the greatest bag. He couldn't have too many different moves to be able to score, but he figured out how to put the ball in the basket, whether it was getting to the free throw line, which he shot about 7.9 per game at his highest, and he was always around that range from 6 to 7 attempts from the free throw line. He was a 70% free throw shooter. Most big men aren't great free throw shooters, but he was at least average throughout his entire career. Had over 10 plus seasons of 20 plus points in the NBA, living up to that number one overall pick that he was selected in to go to New York in 1985. And he showed you that he can anchor the defense, he can take over games, he can dominate games, and he was just a one of one type of player. And that's why it was a no doubt, no brainer that he should be the number one pick in the 1985 draft. and he basically did everything besides win the championship because it was just tough and hard as it always has been throughout NBA history. And some say he didn't really have enough teammates to really get it done compared to other teams that he faced. But he didn't whine, he didn't complain. He took, the mantle of I'm the best player. We're going to figure out how to win with me type of mantra, and it ended up almost working. They got to the finals before, and it just didn't turn out to be a championship team. They even got to the finals without him, showing you that maybe he did have enough. He just needed to take over and dominate a little bit more. But whatever you think and however you feel is based off facts now, because his career is over and we've seen that play out. So now it's just about, is you biased, is you unbiased, and that's the whole purpose of giving him a tribute, because the man was just flat out dominant. I mean, he started his career averaging 20-9, and then followed that up with a lot of 20-10 seasons after that, showing you that he was consistent and he was dependable for the most part, because he had a lot of seasons where he played 80 or more, or close to 80, by playing 79, 76, or 78 games. And even when he was older in Seattle, he still was able to play 79 of them. And that was something that was impressive too. It was just showing you that his body did hold up for the most part throughout his NBA career, and he has been a dominant force for that reason. And you can look at his resume, because he did play for the Knicks, the Seattle Supersonics, and the Orlando Magic before he retired. As a player, he was an 11-time NBA All-Star in 1986, and then 1988 through 1997. He also made All-NBA First Team in 1990, and that was an era where big man was still dominant, and it was the type of players that you wanted to build around, mainly because of their rebounding and their defense and ability to have high percentage shots. And instead of being one of the players that wanted to join them, he embodied trying to be the leader and being the guy that should be the number one option or close to it. And he took that role instead of trying to team up and join up to get easier championships, just like most people in the 90s. He also was a 6-time NBA second team for the All-NBA in 1988, 1989, and 91 through 93, and also 1997, because he did have some injuries throughout his career that hurted him. He also was a 3-time NBA All-Defensive Second Team from 1988, 1989, and 1992. He also was NBA Rookie of the Year in 1986. He did enough to show that he belonged in the league. His game would translate in the NBA. He showed a lot that year, and one thing he did, he showed a lot of potential, a lot of loyalty, and a lot of progress in his game following that. And also just showing you that he is going to be one of the best players in this league, just like everybody thought that he would be in coming out of college from Georgetown. Not only that, he was all rookie first team, as he should be, in 1986. He also was the top 50 and the top 75th player in NBA history, showing you that he's one of the greatest players to ever play the game. He also had his number 33 retired by the New York Knicks. He also led his college team to an NCAA championship in 1984 before he made it to the league. He also was NCAA Final Four most outstanding player in 1984 and was National College Player of the Year in 1985. He also was a 3-time consensus first team All-American in 1983 and 1985. He also was a 2-time Big East player in 1984 and 1985. He also was a 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, 1982 through 1985. He was a 3-time first team All Big East player in 1983 and 1985. He also was second team Big East in 1982. He was also National High School Player of the Year in 1981 and a McDonald's All-American also in 1981. And he finished as a 2-time first team Parade All-American in 1960 and 1981. Not only that, he scored 24,000 plus points, and he averaged 21 a game, like I said. He also was able to get 11,000 plus rebounds, and he also ended up getting 2,000 plus blocks before he ended his career, and that was something that was really good to see. He also, like I said, was a decent passer in the post and at the top of the key, where he was able to finish his career averaging about 1.9. He wasn't greedy. He wasn't selfish. He did read the game the right way. He did take his time and try to make the right play, whether it was facilitating or trying to find a way to score. But he never really played where he was sped up or rushed. He took his time, was calculated in his approach, and then he just figured out how he wanted to go about it. and that's why he was able to get to the free throw line a bunch, and that's why he was able to score so efficiently because he wasn't really out there forcing shots or taking tough shots. And if he didn't have a shot, he'd just give the ball up, even if it wasn't the pass and the score, because he had guys that he respected around him, and he never really made excuses besides when he got injured, and that wasn't an excuse; it was legitimate. But other than that, he kept the Knicks competitive. He kept them as one of the best teams in the NBA and one of the teams that you knew you had to fight, scratch, and claw to beat. And that just showed you how tough he was as a leader and how tough his team was in general. And that's something that they showed, that they wasn't scared, they was going to be fearless, and it was going to make everything difficult. You had to earn everything against them. And those are the type of teams you want to build and have in general. The scrappy teams are the teams that don't let anything easy come. And that's what you want to be as a defender, and that's what you want to be as a player. You want that to be infectious to your teammates too. And I think Patrick Ewing was able to get that done before he was out of New York because he got older and they wanted to go in a different direction like most organizations did even now. Because we had our run, we have to admit that it's over, and we all got to go our separate ways. He chose not to retire, so he chose to play some bad years in the NBA because he felt like he still wanted to play, and he has the right to feel that way. He has the right to, you know, chase that goal because obviously they had contracts and they wanted him. So he just said, well, I might as well continue to play because I still feel like I'm good enough to contribute to a team. And it ended up being true because he ended up playing for other teams like Seattle and Orlando, like I mentioned before. Even though it wasn't great to see or great to watch, it was still fun to see him and still enjoy playing the game of basketball, even though it probably wasn't at the highest level that he has been able to do in high school and college and also in the NBA and throughout even his international career, which was, you know, the international games. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, and also hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I also do conversation videos about NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage, so you love that type of stuff. I got over 3,000 videos already on my channel right now that you can enjoy and watch, and it's all for free. Plus, on top of that, I upload every single day, so look at this channel as a form of NBA, a form of entertainment for NBA only content. So that's another thing I want to tell y'all. If y'all still on the fence about subscribing, check out some stuff, watch some stuff, and you can judge if you want to be a fan of this channel or not. It's up to you. I can't force you to do anything you don't want to do, but I can influence it. Not only that, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel for everybody that has done it in the past, also now, and hopefully in the future. Thank y'all for appreciating the content for what it is. I really appreciate y'all for that. And I love the fact that y'all been doing it on a daily and on the yearly basis. Not only that, all I can say is I'm gone for now. Hopefully I see you guys later. Y'all stay blessed up, and thanks for the support and the love, and see y'all hopefully later today or tomorrow. Peace.